Okay, it's 3 minutes past the hour, so that means it is time to move. Well, welcome everyone to our functional fitness class, part of our Grow with GoGo series. Before we get moving, just a quick reminder of what else GoGo offers. So, as you may already know, in addition to these classes, you can access rides, meals, groceries, medication delivery, and home services, all by calling one number. That phone number is 1-855-464-6872. We also have a referral program. So if you go to the bottom of your GoGo receipts, there is a code. If you give that code to a friend, once they've taken their first service with GoGo, you will both receive $30 in credit. So just a nice win-win if you know someone who would benefit from these classes or any of the other services GoGo offers. We have a Facebook group, so if you ever want to connect with other GoGo members or just see how people are using GoGo, you can find us online on Facebook. And with that, if we haven't met, I'm Aedra. I teach the yoga and the functional fitness classes here at GoGo. Usually we're in my living room, but today we are tuning in from my garage. What do we need today? So for functional fitness, if you've never been to this class, it's a primarily standing class. It's a much more active class than our seated chair yoga class. Um, what do we need? We do have a chair. So we use a chair on occasion, and some light weights can be useful as well. So, like 1 to 3 pound dumbbells can be useful. If you don't have weights, you can go through the motions, imagining that you're lifting up something heavy that can give you enough resistance and enough challenge. Occasionally, we use the wall. So, sometimes we need to hold on to something. Or bring our back to the wall, but that part is always optional. I know that not everyone has wall space. Okay, and with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm seeing here in the chat, Veronica saying hi in Florida. Awesome. So here in a moment, I will pop up as your primary screen. And if I don't, for some reason, the way you can adjust your settings is you can move your cursor to the top right-hand corner of your Zoom screen, and a box will pop up that says View. And you want it to say Speaker View, and you'll see me nice and big. And then gallery view if you want to see everyone else. I'm just going to give it a second because we can usually adjust it. So you can see my somewhat messy garage. All right, so again, if you can't see me, you're going to bring your cursor to the top right-hand corner. You're going to pick speaker view, and you'll see me nice and big. Okie dokie.
Zebra pants.
Standing. So standing, let's do some big shoulder rolls. Back. And shoulder rolls forward. Let those shoulders relax. Let's inhale, circle the arms out to the side and up towards the ceiling. And then back down. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Letting those arms relax, letting them rest by your side. Let's inhale, bend the knees and let the shoulders creep up towards the ears. And then straighten the legs, let the shoulders drop. So we inhale, bend the knees, shoulders come up. And then exhale, straighten shoulders, drop. Keep going. All right, and then letting that go, let's bend the knees, lean forward, and let your hands rest on your thighs. So hands come to the legs. We're leaning forward. And we'll inhale, lift the chest, do a little back bend here. So tailbone's reaching towards the ceiling, chest is lifting up, and then exhale, round your back, curve your spine like a scared Halloween cat. So we inhale, arch, and exhale, round. Keep going at your own pace. And coming back to center, coming up to stand, standing nice and tall. Let's go into some warm-up squats. Go to a depth that feels good and safe to your body. So we'll inhale, bend the knees, hips go back and straighten. Your chest is slightly lifted, but it can lean forward somewhat, just not parallel to the earth. So we inhale down, exhale up. If you want to do a different breath pattern, that's totally fine. You'll see me moving around, changing angles. I know that it can be a little bit harder to see when there's a lot of stuff in the background, so I'm just trying to adjust so that you can have lots of different perspectives of the movement. You do not need to move or rotate. You just keep doing what you're doing. You decide the speed, you decide the depth, right? These can be small. That's totally fine. Let's do two or three more. And then coming all the way up, shake it off. And we'll grab our weights. So grab your nice light dumbbells if you have them. If you don't, you could grab cans, you could grab water bottles, or feel free to go through all of the motions with nothing at all. So no big deal if you don't have any weights. Let's let those palms rotate forward, going into some nice traditional bicep curls. So we bend the elbows, hands come towards the shoulders, and then straighten out those arms, lower the arms down. We bend and straighten. Keep going. Couple more. All right, and then resting, shaking those arms out. We're going into our squats once again, but this time we have the weights if you want them. If you'd like, you can bring those weights in front of your chest or resting on your shoulders, or if you prefer, you can keep them down. So find what works for you. I'm going to take the hands in front of the chest. It helps me keep my chest somewhat upright. We'll take those feet out like slightly wider than those shoulders. Toes can point out. I'm rocking because it just gets me really settled on the ground. And then we bend those knees into our squats and come up. So we're only adding a little bit of weight, but it might feel different. It might feel like a little extra challenge. Last two or three. All right, coming up, shaking out those legs, taking a breath or two. And we're going right into those bicep curls again. So having those weights if you have them, or the water bottles or cans, flip those palms to face forward, and then we bend and straighten. So my upper arms aren't really moving. I'm bending at the elbow, moving the forearm so that the hand moves towards the shoulder. Couple more. Okay, giving those arms a little rest. Put those weights off to the side. Let's reach those arms back behind us to stretch out. So you can reach back or you can interlace and reach back, whatever works better for you. And just open up the chest. So we're either interlacing or reaching back without interlacing. Deep breaths. But we shake it off. All right, we're moving into some side lunges now. So we're going to take those feet nice and wide. Take those feet wider than the shoulders. Toes can either point forward or slightly out to the side. You can play with what feels interesting and good to your body today. We bend one knee, let the hip go back. It's like you're squatting, but just with one leg. So I'm squatting with one leg, the other leg is straight. So I'm still leaning somewhat forward, but I'm not completely parallel. So it's still slightly lifted and then coming up. We bend the other knee. So one leg is bent, one leg is straight and up. Keep going. You can do whatever you'd like with your arms. For some reason, I have this tendency to want to bend my elbows when I bend one knee and straighten my elbows when I straighten out that leg. But do whatever feels good. Make sure those feet are fully planted on the ground. Couple more. All right, and coming all the way up, shaking it out. Okay, we're moving to triceps. We're gonna do triceps with the chair. I'm gonna take my long sleeve off because I'm getting hot. Um, so we're going to face our chair, face the seat of the chair. If for some reason you cannot face the seat of your chair, you can always go behind the chair so that you have the back of the chair or find a table or a counter. So facing somewhere where you can place your hands on the chair. So if you can't get your hands on the chair, you could also bring your forearms to the back of the chair, your forearms to a table, a counter. So just something to allow your body to lean somewhat forward. Here, we're letting the knees be slightly bent. So my knees are bent so that I am not curved like a Halloween cat. So we did that cat-cow earlier. We want the spine nice and long. Let's grab the weight in one hand. I'm going to take it in my left hand, but you can do whatever you'd like. So grabbing the weight in one hand, your other hand will stay on the chair. So right now my right hand is on the chair, my left hand has the weight. I'm going to row, bend the elbow, squeeze the shoulder blade towards the spine. Then tricep extension, straighten the arm back behind you so that the pinky is sort of reaching towards the ceiling. Your arm is parallel to the earth. Then rebend and lower down. So we row, tricep extension, bend and lower down. Keep going. Back of the neck is long, jaw is relaxed, your knees are soft so that your spine can stay long. Couple more. And then coming up, taking a brief pause, take a breath, and we'll switch sides. So weight goes into your other hand. Now, left hand is on the chair, whichever hand wasn't on it before. Your other hand has the weight or an imaginary weight, right? You can always do any of this imagining you're lifting something heavy. Spine is long, knees are soft. We row, bend the elbow, squeeze the shoulder blade towards the spine. Straighten the arm back behind you, pinky slightly towards the ceiling, arm is parallel to the earth. Then bend and lower back down. We row, extend, bend, and down. Keep going. Last few. All right, and then coming up, shake it off. We're going into those side lunges again, but this time maybe you grab your weights. So I'll have my weights in front of my chest. I'll start this with a side view and migrate around so you get lots of different views. That same thing, we're doing basically a squat just with one leg. So bending one knee, squatting in that leg, the other leg stays straight, and then up, and then bend the other knee and up. Keep going. I'm just giving lots of different views, lots of different angles. Feeling free as always to adjust. So this feels good on your body today. Every day is different, every body is different. Make it work for you. Nice, smooth breath. Feeling free to go faster or slower than me, or deeper or shallower of a bend. Just a few more. All right, and then coming up, put those weights off to the side. Shake it off. We're gonna do a quick stretch here for our triceps before we do our next set of triceps. Let's reach that right arm. I'm mirroring you up towards the ceiling. Bend the right elbow, bring it behind the head. Grab a hold of the elbow with your hand, stretching that tricep here. And we'll switch sides. So other arm is up. We bend the elbow, hand goes behind the shoulders or the neck, and then we grab a hold of that. So just make sure you're switching sides, stretching your other tricep. Taking some deep breaths, really settling in before we do another set of triceps. All right, and release. Shake out those arms, and we'll face our chair or our table or our counter. So either your hand is supporting you, or your forearm, or your fist. So whatever you'd like, just something so that you can lean a little bit forward. All right, so we have our weight in one hand. We row, bend the elbow, squeeze the shoulder blade towards the spine. Then straighten the arm back behind you, pinky to the ceiling. Then rebend and lower back down. We row, tricep extension, bend, and lower down. Keep going. Back of the neck is long, jaw is soft. All right, and coming up, shake it off. And we go to the other side. So weight goes into the other hand. Support yourself, nice long spine, knees are soft. We row, tricep extension, bend, and back down. Keep going. Maybe two more. All right, and then putting those weights down, coming up. Let's do a quick neck stretch. So we'll bring the right ear towards the right shoulder, stretching the side of the neck. And then other ear to shoulder.
And then chin to chest. Interlace those fingers behind your head just to give you a little more stretch in the back of the neck. And releasing those hands and coming back up. We're going to get behind our chair or go ahead and find a wall, a table, something that you can hold on to for our balance exercises. I'm sideways. It gives you often a better view. You do not need to turn sideways. You can keep facing your screen. All right, so let's start with our feet together. So feet are together, maybe let go of your chair if that's possible. And rock your weight forward and back. So weight shifts onto the toes. You might feel those toes crunch or scrunch, and then back onto the heels. So just a little forward and back. And then finding even weight, front to back, and then rock a little side to side. I'll give you a front view of this. So I'm just shifting my weight to one foot and then more to the other foot. I'm trying not to bend at the waist. I'm really trying to let the whole body move. And then see if you can find even weight, front to back, right to left. Your feet are still close together, and then close your eyes. So seeing if you can manage to maintain your balance, even with the eyes closed. And then open up those eyes. Let's move into our tightrope. So we'll step the right foot in front of the left. So we are standing on a balance beam or a tightrope. Right foot is in front of the left, toe to heel, so you're pretty close. Holding onto your chair if you'd like with two hands. Or maybe you hold on with one hand. Maybe you hold on with just one finger or no hands at all. Okay, let's switch. We'll step the right foot back, left foot comes forward. So we are again standing on a tightrope or a balance beam, but with the other foot in front. Support yourself as much as you'd like. So one or two hands, one or two fingers, or nothing at all. Find that challenge. You want it to be hard, but not so hard that it is unsafe. You want to be safe but challenged. All right, and letting that go. Let's place both our hands on our support. Walk yourself back, upside down L or chair dog, giving yourself a little break, a little stretch. So you're walking your feet back until your feet are approximately under your hips. Your torso is coming forward, so you're bringing your torso towards parallel to the earth. You can always be slightly lifted. You can also have your knees bent. Make this work for you. All right, lifting yourself back up, coming to stand. We're going to continue on with our balancing. So standing on one leg, whichever leg you'd like, we're going to lift the other foot off the ground. You can bend the knee and bring the foot behind you. You can bring the foot in front of you. It is up to you. So standing on one leg, support yourself with two hands to start. More challenge, just one hand. More challenge, maybe just the pinky. And even more challenge, no hands at all. Find that just right challenge where it's hard but manageable. Okay, and we'll switch. Stand on your other leg. Bend the other knee. So we're switching. We're balancing on our other foot, supporting yourself as much or as little as you would like. All right, and then bringing that foot down, shaking it off. Okay, so we are going to repeat the strength exercises we did. So we are going to do squats. Don't worry, I'll tell you what's next as we go, but I'll give you the big picture now. So we're going to do squats. We'll do about 10. Then without a break, we're going right into bicep curls. We'll do about 15. Then we'll go right into our side lunges. We'll do about 10 per side. So that's 20 total. I know it's a lot. You can make them smaller. You can, always adjust as needed. And then we'll finish with our triceps, about 10 per side. So 10, 15, 20, 10. Don't worry, I will tell you. And we're also going based on time, so you don't need to count. We're just doing approximately that number. We're going to try not to take a break until we finish those triceps. Wait, yeah, triceps are the last one. And then we take a little breather. We'll take a minute break. And then depending on how things go, maybe we do it again. Okay, so I'm going to shift my chair kind of out of the way. We're starting with our squats. You're grabbing your weights, bringing your weights in front of your chest if you would like, or wherever you want. All right, take a deep breath and let's go. Squatting. Make these as big or as small as you would like, as fast or as slow. So maybe you can get in more than 10 if you go fast, or maybe it's fewer than 10 if you go slow. All right, maybe one or two more. And then we're going right into our bicep curls. So once your legs are straight, lower your arms, palms face forward. We bend and straighten. Again, this can be fast or slow, so you might get more than 15 or fewer than 15. Nice, smooth breath. One or two more. Okay, and then we're going into our side lunges. Weights can come in front of the chest if you'd like. Feet go wide. I'll give you a side view to start. Toes can point forward or slightly out to the side. We bend one knee, one leg is straight, and then up and switch sides. I'll give you lots of different angles. Keep going at your own pace, so don't worry about my speed. One more each side, or even yourself out right to left. And then go ahead and turn to face your chair, tricep, so no break. Bring one hand to support you, one hand with your weight or your can or your imaginary weight. We row, tricep extension, bend, and lower down. Keep going. Maybe one more. And then go ahead and switch sides. So weight goes into the other side. Support yourself with one hand. Other hand has the weight.
row, tricep extension, bend and back down. Keep going. Maybe one more. Whew. Lower the weights. Come on up. Take a breath. Let's bring one arm forward and across the body. Use your other arm to hook onto the elbow. Pull the arm towards you. Give yourself a little stretch. Jaw is relaxed. Breath is smooth. And releasing, switching sides. Other arm comes forward and across, hooking the elbow, pulling the arm in, slowing that breath down. Softening the jaw. Okay, and release. Okay, today's a toughie. We're going to do it again. We're going to redo what we just did. And then we're basically done. We'll do a few stretches and we're done. So, squats, bicep curls, side lunges, triceps. Well, row with tricep. Take a deep breath. If you're getting too tired, you can always do this without weight. You can also slow it down, right? So you don't need to go as far or as fast. If you're feeling like, okay, I still need more, go faster or go deeper or grab heavier weights. So allow this to be whatever right challenge is for you. Okay, we're grabbing our weights. And we're going into our squats. Weights by the chest if you want them. We bend the knees, hips go slightly back. And let's go. Feel free to make these smaller. I know squats aren't for everyone. Whatever depth works for you, which might mean you're doing lots of really small ones. No big deal. Couple more. The next time you're standing, we're staying standing. Bring your legs to a comfortable position. Palms turn to face forward. We're finding those bicep curls. You might start to find that your muscles are getting fatigued. It's because we've been doing the same exercises. Oftentimes, I only have us do 2 sets of a single exercise, but today you're doing 4, right? We're doing 2 in this super round, but earlier we did 2 in a slower, more controlled way, or a more mindful maybe way. Okay, wrapping that up, maybe 1 or 2 more. All right, setting those weights where you want them. Feet go wide, wider than the shoulders. We bend one knee, one leg is straight, one knee is bent. And then we go up and then over to the other side. So again, you have choices about depth. You have choices about speed. Okay, start to even yourself out, wrapping it up so you've done the same right to left. And then coming up, let's face our chair or our table, triceps. One hand is supporting you or forearm,
Other hand has the weight. Nice long spine, soft knees. We row, straighten the arm back behind you, bend and lower down. Keep going. We're almost there. You are so strong. Maybe one more. Come up for just a second. Switch sides. Weight goes to the other hand if you're using a weight. And we go. Row, tricep extension, bend and lower down. Keep going. Maybe one more. Woo! Put those weights down. Come to stand. Taking some deep breaths. Shoulder rolls one way. Shoulder rolls the other way. We're going to finish up with a seated stretch. So finding yourself on your chair, seated towards the front of your chair so you have lots of room behind you. We'll straighten out the right leg. So right leg is straight, left knee is bent. We're folding forward. So we're reaching that right hand down the leg. Can rest on your thigh, your knee, your shin. Your left hand can stay on your left thigh, or you can bring your left forearm to your leg. Slow your breath down as you stretch. Coming up, rebend your knee, and we're switching sides. So left leg is straightening now. Left hand reaches down your shin or your knee. Right hand is supporting you, or right forearm. Spine is long or rounded. There's really no rules here. We're just stretching out the back of that left leg. And then coming up, we'll go into a figure four. We won't spend very much time here. I know in our yoga class, we spend a lot more time on our figure four. But we'll cross that right ankle. I'll narrow you here. Right ankle over the left ankle. So that's option one, where we cross the ankles and let the knee open out to the side. You could also prop your foot up onto something like a stool or a couple blocks, or you can cross your ankle over your thigh. So any of those options, totally fine. And then maybe leaning a little bit forward with any of the options, or a lot forward. It depends on your flexibility. We'll hold for just a few breaths. We're not here for long today. Okay, and then coming up under your legs, shake them out. And we'll go to the other side. So other ankle crosses over, knee can open out to the side. You can stay here, or you can bring your foot up onto something, or you can put your foot over your thigh. Doesn't matter. Every day is different. Each side is different, so you might need to do something different on that side. And either you're sitting tall or leaning forward, as much or as little as you would like. Unclenching the jaw and slowing your breath down. And then sitting up. Undo those legs, shake them out. Planting your feet, sitting tall. Let's inhale, circle those arms out to the side and up towards the ceiling. Palms touch, hands lower. And then we'll stop, placing one hand on top of the other in front of your chest or on your chest. See if you can feel your heart beating or your breath moving between or beneath your palms, So breath beneath the palms or heart beating beneath the palms. Taking a moment to acknowledge yourself for your hard work and for showing up to take care of your mind and your body. Thank you, everyone, so much. Such a pleasure as always. So now we have time if anybody has questions. So questions about class, so yoga or functional fitness. If you have questions for GoGo specifically, the best thing to do is reach out to GoGo directly. I usually do not know the answers. Oh, and I'm looking in the chat here. Annette, welcome back. Great, it's been a while. Nice to see you again. So the floor is yours if anyone has questions. And of course, if you need to go, feel free, no problem.
Thank you. This is Annette. Too many appointments.
Too many appointments. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're back now.
Thank you for class.
Thanks, Linda.
Thanks. Bye.
And Elizabeth, I see you in the chat saying, have a great weekend, everyone. See you next week. Awesome.
Same here. I really enjoy. I need to get to do this again for a while, and now I'm finally glad I did. And I really feel the support when I do it with you in the class. So
awesome, Deborah.
Yeah. I've been having trouble with my hips, and I heard that because I tend to be a little sedentary, and I was told that it's good to do some lateral hip movements because as we get older and we don't get around that. Could you incorporate some of that into some of the exercises sometime?
Yeah. So tell me more about lateral hip movements because I think we did some today.
I think we did too. I noticed that it's for some reason they said when you sit down, you tend to move this way, because you walk like this. But I was told by my doctor that it's good to get the hips moving this way because as we get older, we tend to, move that way less and less. So I was thinking about that. That might be kind of cool. I did notice that. That one I noticed really well.
Yeah.
But I was wondering if there's any other ones that could be incorporated from time to time.
Absolutely. So what I would request is if you, at the start of class, and this goes for anyone, for any move, tell me the request because usually I have a general plan of what I want us to do, but I always like to incorporate what you want. We're here for you. So just say, hey, Aedra, today, can we do some lateral hip movements? And unless it's inappropriate for the group, then of course we'll do it. So yes, absolutely. We'll do that for our next functional fitness. But the best thing to do is remind me because my memory is.
That's what happens when you get older.
Interesting. You're kind of young for that, Aedra, but I guess it doesn't matter.
Music and cats.
Music and cats. Well, everyone come on Wednesday. Fingers crossed.
Okay.
We do get this foster for a month. And it's going to be like a tiny, tiny kitten. So come on Wednesday and I'll give you a tour after class.
Okay.
You're fostering?
We're fostering, yeah.
All right.
Aedra, where's your whiteboard? I thought you write something down and tell us what our next exercise was. So you could
Wednesdays
write about the hip thing, but it's
Wednesdays.
Wednesday.
So Wednesday will be functional fitness, which is great. So, and we will have a move of the week. So maybe on Wednesday, the move of the week will be something lateral hip, but I don't expect you to memorize every week a new move. So only Wednesdays, Wednesdays.
Cats love music.
Well, I highly encourage you to play music on your end. The reason I don't play music is because I don't want it to interfere with the sound because it can be already tricky
Yeah,
for filtering.
Oh, well.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I actually
Okay.
have to let everyone go.
Why?
Oh, okay.
Why? At some point, I think maybe V and I will chat about this. I think we could potentially leave things for you to chat later. I don't want to make any promises. But it's possible that like maybe people can hang out in the future, even though I have to leave at the
Yeah.
hour. So you can all hang out. But I don't want to jump the gun. So
Well,
potentially
let's see
that's
what happens.
okay. I can't wait to see you next week, and
Thank
fingers
you.
crossed I'll have some little kitten to show you.
Yeah.
Everybody be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
be
too.
safe. Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.
Yeah.
Have a
See
great
you very
weekend.
soon.